Welcome to another episode of Victoria's Food Adventures, where I'll be exploring one of the most important chemical reactions behind the foods of this week's theme, Thanksgiving. You might be familiar with the dessert called creme brulee, whose desirable flavors and color are a result of the caramelization reactions. Sadly, creme brulee isn't really a Thanksgiving item, so I went with the roasted butternut squash soup, which I'll be trying for the first time in the next minute or so. Now, you may be asking, what exactly is caramelization? Great question. Unlike the M-word reaction, the caramelization reaction is pyrolytic as opposed to reacting with amino acids, which means that it requires elevated temperatures and pressure to irreversibly change physical phase and chemical composition. While both reactions are thermally activated and non-enzymatic browning reactions, caramelization occurs when there is no water and instead, natural sugars break down from the heat. In the case of the roasted butternut squash soup, the action takes place in the oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit, where the star of the show gets roasted to bring out the sweet, nutty, and toasty flavors of the squash. With that being said, let's head to my kitchen. And here I have my roasted butternut squash soup. Before you watch me try a taste test of my aromatic Thanksgiving dish, let's watch the squash go through the cooking process. First, we have me with the squash right before I chopped it in half, and after tossing it in the oven to roast to caramelize, it came out looking, well, cooked. Right after removing it, I noticed a smell like that of a peppered potato. It looks like it might have burned, but I managed to get a bunch of yummy squash meat out of it. It might be hard to tell, but the surface of the squash is similar to a creme brulee, which is what I was going for. Alright, enough chitty chat, time to dig in. Wow, it tastes kind of salty? Not quite the sweet and nutty flavor I was going for. But then again, I didn't expect to perfect this recipe since it was my first time. I don't think this soup is really my cup of tea, but I think it would taste a little better with some bread. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Well, that's the end of my review on the roasted butternut squash. Hope you enjoyed my mini lesson on caramelization. See you next time!